Well, it looks like I didn't finish this comic a minute too soon because it is getting dark out here. This is a New Universe comic, and now I'm thinking I never read a New Universe comic in my entire life, which is weird because I definitely had some. Maybe I read some Star Brand. I don't know. Psi-Force number 10. This is the earliest issue that I currently can get my hands on. I think I have a number 1 somewhere, but I don't know. I need to look that up. In this issue, we have the kids who are bonded together with this Psi-Force ability. At first, it kind of reminds me of Tomorrow People, where they've got these extraordinary new abilities. Now, here's the thing, that they didn't just break out from them or whatever, as far as I can tell. They're in a diner and somebody's trying to hit on one of the girls, and then she's got to use her Psi-Force in order to get everybody out of it because these guys don't know how to take no for an answer. So that's one of the issues that's happening. They're trying to get to the place where Emmett Proudheart, one of those Native American names, basically to meet his grandmother. Here it is. To Emmett Proudheart's grandmother. That's who they're trying to get to. So they all have different abilities, which kind of makes me think now, especially after reading a little bit more of the, well, let me just say that this girl right here reminds me of Courtney Cox. She even has the ability, when I say Courtney Cox, I mean, you're like, what do you mean, from Friends? Okay, so I don't know if this came out around the same time, but back in the 80s, there was a series that I never saw until recently. If you want to see it, you definitely need to see it. It's on YouTube, and it's called Misfits of Science. Misfits of Science is only about a dozen episodes, but this character right here reminds me a lot of Courtney. She has the ability to use telekinesis, and she has kind of an attitude problem. This kind of here, this guy, he doesn't have the same powers as the Johnny Bravo or Johnny whatever his name is, but he's kind of got the bad boy attitude with the cigarettes and the leather jacket, although he has camouflage pants. But anyway, and she's always doing whatever he wants to do, and he's got a hot head. He's really got a temperamental attitude. So this is the gang right here, and it does remind me a lot of that group. And I wonder if it's loosely based, like the guy who made this really dug that it wasn't a cartoon, it was a live action television series back in the 80s. So I would definitely recommend you go and check out Misfits of Science and see if you can make those comparisons. Now, if you've read this before and you've watched Misfits of Science, tell me if that's an observation that you confirm too. So they got different abilities, and one of them can wipe out people's memories. That's the guy right there, the leather jacket on and leather gloves on. He can also control other people, like push them is what he calls it. And he gets this guy with a nice vehicle to get him up to the thing. And here's another thing. This is a new universe, but it's mirroring our universe. I wasn't sure about that because they say things like San Francisco, and then he's got a Oingo Boingo shirt on, and it just, and then of course these are actually a real tribe of Native Americans as far as the name of them. I think they say it somewhere in here, but I'm sitting here going, yeah, I thought the new universe was going to be a different Earth, and it maybe have different names, kind of like, you know, Metropolis instead of New York, and you know, things like that. But no, they seem to be definitely a mirror image of our universe, alternate, like an Earth 2 for the Marvel universe, so to speak. Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, anyway, there's a lot of angst going back and forth with the hothead getting mad, not wanting to be around. He's going back and he's explaining what happened to the first 9 issues, I guess, which is good for me because I have not read those first 9 issues, and it kind of gets me caught up. He explains that, you know, this guy right here, Emmett, sacrificed his life for those, and the 5 right there. And whenever this Psi-Hulk appears, they're not sure if it's Emmett or if it's just a manifestation of their memories of him or whatever it is. They're not quite sure what that is. But whenever they merge their powers together, they form a giant, no, they don't form a giant Megazord. They form the Psi-Hulk energy. And this guy right here also has a hot head, but at the very end, oh yeah, the guys who are mad, they send the cop up there. The cop is he basically takes him the memories away and sends them back, and they go back basically brainwashed. And the guys come in, did you get him? And nope, I don't know what you're talking about. So they go after this guy right here, since he lives on the reserve, and they basically manipulate him to give away where they are. And he's mad at them, so he wants them out of there. And then while they're going up there to attack them, the Psi-Hawk appears. It terrifies the grandmother. And during the process of the confrontation, he gets shot. And she's over there. She has the healing ability. But the Psi-Hawk also has healing ability. And he's healing him. When he's looking up at him, he sees what he thinks is his older brother. By the way, this is Eugene. That's the younger brother of Emmett. So he feels like a bond to it, especially since he pulls the bullets out, heals the wounds, and then he's off. No, come back. No, he wants him to come back, but he's not coming back. At least not today. So now Eugene's had a change of heart, but she's terrified, whereas before she's like, well, I think I can help you. So it's kind of a flip-flop situation, but they're going to stay for a while until the next episode or book or whatever. The end of this book. So again, I read this and it was like, I was really trying to figure out the whole new universe. It's got me. One thing I guess I can say with this book is it's intrigued me. I do want to read more of them, but I just want to hear from you guys. If you've ever read this book or this series, comment, let me know what you think of it. And now I want to find out, let's see, the year of this book it's 1987, and The Misfits of Science. I don't know when that TV series was, but it's around this time. So I feel like one was based off the other a little bit, loosely, because that's definitely a Courtney Cox character right there, and the whole telekinesis thing. And the leader of them is a nerd, but he doesn't have any powers at all. This guy has sonic blast or explosive abilities. He basically has a mind control situation, which is nothing like the other guy. The guy in Misfits of Science, who he's kind of got the attitude of, or the rock and roll kind of look. He controls electricity, static electricity, to be more precise. This guy, I mean, he's black, so he reminds me of the guy who can shrink down, but they have nothing in common other than that, and of course the color of skin. So I'm not trying to make it too much like, okay, based on color of skin. I'm just trying to find some kind of parallels here, because when I read these two right here, really made me think, man, this is like Misfits of Science. She has a healing ability. What is his ability again? I don't know if he manifests it, really. I don't think he did manifest his abilities, whatever it is. So I don't know. They all have kind of a different version of like psychic abilities or telekinesis or whatever. Like she's obviously telekinesis, and he's obviously like karma, where he can do mind control. It even looks like mind control that karma does. There's supposed to be an Asian girl. I guess the Courtney Cox character is Asian. I don't know. But anyway, so just let me know if this is something that you made a connection to at first when you read it. Did you read it back in the day? And is there anything else you can supply information of to let me know? Is this a series that I want to continue reading? I definitely have about another half a dozen issues, and I'm kind of intrigued by it now. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.